today we're doing another one. Actually, this is possibly going to be the kind of the last stream for a few weeks here. I just found out some news yesterday that might be shifting the schedule into a little bit of chaos for a while, but you know, life happens. So alright, let's go ahead and continue on with this run here. So last time we accomplished something or other, apparently. I don't actually remember. Let's go ahead and take a look. So, Scaretrain City, that's definitely...
A contingent of armed units have fought.
Right, it's Red Eye, that's what it was. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get this going then. Right, possibly not the best one to go ahead and start off with. Standard rustiness, supplies, and all that kind of thing. So, alright. So now we have to betray her at some point.
Raven, let's work together.
So unfortunately, at the very start, she doesn't really do very much. If I can get blades off on them, maybe. In fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me change one thing real quick. Let's go ahead and put this off to the side a little bit. I know it probably will mess up the lighting a little bit, but ooh, okay, that should have hit him, but it got a little bit terrain screwed there. Such things will happen. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a really weird one to go and start back on. Yeah, realistically, is it even worth going for the whole backstabbing thing here?
Raven, what are you doing?
I guess that's the big question here, because it's not actually that difficult if you don't betray her. Problem is that, yeah, she doesn't really tend to attack too many things, and especially, I'm not actually sure if it's a hard mode difference, but as far as I've been able to tell, she doesn't really attack very much at all in this mission. Like, she'll stand there and take hits for you, but she'll just kind of take a few little pot shots with a machine gun, and that's it. Which, I mean, from a design perspective, it makes sense. Basically, you have a situation where you have somebody that would be kind of trivialized if they went around firing the whole time. Because, yeah, the problem is, she has to get stuck facing the wrong way. I gotta be able to get repeated blades off. Which means that, theoretically speaking, we need to be able to get this fight down to the very last unit. Probably wait for them to fly around, see when she flies into the actual side of the building here. Hang on. Can I affect these tiles or no? It's funny, because...
What's wrong? You're falling behind!
Well, you see... None of your business is what's going on. Anyway, actually, realistically, I probably shouldn't be trying to save the rifle shots. There we go, she took a hit. My watch is going off on some random time here. Yeah, if we just go ahead and use the rifle for these little fly seagull type things in the beginning here, might be able to make some more progress. But yeah, so like I was saying earlier, it's probably going to be the last stream for a little bit here. I don't know how long that'll last. It might just be something that doesn't end up happening whatsoever. I actually won't know for a few hours probably. I mean, hell, this stream might randomly get cut off as that winds up being a priority, so who knows? But alright. So we'll see if we end up betraying Red Eye here. I'm gonna try to. Like, I think probably getting through most of the fight and then turning on her right at the last minute, right as the last unit's out there. That's the best way to do it.
Attack me, will you?
Oh crap.
Red Eye, shut off our identification transponder.
We gonna die. That was an accident. Lady, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to betray you yet. I mean, as long as she uses the MG, we're kind of okay, I guess. It's the slug gun that's the real danger. Because unlike, oh yeah, we're totally gonna die here. Unlike Clazen, she actually doesn't fire that thing, well, quite the same way he does. He has some unique little fire pattern to him. I'm sorry, kind of a little bit. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and reload that, and away we go. We can't select anyone else, which, then again, we're not supposed to be selecting anyone for this run, as I recall.
We've arrived
Yeah, I'm not sure how we'll get away with betraying her. I mean, we could go with the same old rule of, you know, betrayals of opportunity, as it were, which this definitely is not. Actually, I think of all the backstabs in the game, this is probably the hardest. And it's mostly just because of these guys' big old laser cannons. I mean, yes, they're slow as hell, they're pretty predictable, but when they're all over the place and you can't be looking in every direction, well, that don't matter much.
What's wrong? You're falling behind.
Lady, there's been exactly one blown up so far, and I was the one who did it. I don't know how you figure I'm falling behind. Alright, well, she took a decent number of hits from those lasers there. So yeah, if we get up to the stealth phase and then just kind of use that, should be onto some business. Do we want to do here? Like, probably the best bet here is just to use her as a shield, more or less. Just let her get hit by those lasers. They seem to take off about 500 per shot, so pretty solid. But it, you know, I mean, she's going all over the place. It's hard to really line that up consistently. But as long as we're going and fighting them directly, it seems like she's more than happy to run into their shots. But now, one more thing to consider here. She's got so many shields on her. And another one spawned when I wasn't looking. Dang it. The only thing with getting rid of this rifle is for the later part of the fight, there's no way to overheat her then. So we'll see what we end up doing with that. Still, this seems to be the best way to get an AP lead. Taking a few hot shots. Just a few, though. Just enough to make it look like she's doing something. I mean, realistically, it's almost possible to say that she's the one who really did the betrayal here. No! Okay, suddenly it became a lot less viable as they take all the lasers, but one of them's actually aggro to her for a second. If we can get one actually fully aggroed on her, then we can make something of it. Based on previous testing on this fight, it's my understanding that they actually kind of orbit around your AC, but if she's in the way, they'll attack her. So they gotta be at something of an angle for that. It's just whoever they lock onto first. They just kind of automatically face in your direction. So being behind her is the way to be. Although at her health right now, if I did a blade on her, that probably wouldn't even count as free damage anymore. Might be the moment right now. Okay, tell you what. Since this took a minute, we're just gonna go ahead and save state it right there. I'm just curious if this can work. Nope. Well, got the free slash off anyway. Gotta get her behind a wall again. See, normally you do the whole boosting and cutting thing, but she tends to get stuck at awkward angles, so you kind of just gotta do the standing slash. So it's a decent bit slower. Like, if you could do full boost cuts the entire time without knocking her out of position, you probably could get a couple extra hits off before she moved. Not sure where she's going at the moment. But yeah, with about 100 shots, I'm fairly comfortable here with finishing off the rest of this. Why did somebody have to mention that we have to do the betrayal thing again? There we go.
It's the enemy transport.
Now these ones you can actually get away from. Unfortunately, I screwed up the landing. I recall know trying this some time ago, and it didn't end up actually succeeding in finishing her off. But you can at least get a decent amount of plink damage off this. So we're going to leave it like such. They're going to keep aiming for me. So yeah, I don't think you can actually safe spot here. See if they actually attack her. Alright. Yeah, they got a few MG shots on her. There we go. They got a few more. Let's go ahead and pass forward this. They don't seem to be attacking me because we're out of range. They dropped a few more off. They're not taking any shots on her. They're just kind of hopping around all over the place. Because again, these ones are ground-based. Okay, there's some that aren't. They're mostly orbiting around us, though. Luckily, they do seem to be landing back down there. They don't seem to be getting many shots on us up here. So we just gotta deal with any... Ooh, crap. Never mind. Continue. Okay, so we gotta deal with any jets that fly up. Dang it, I need to stop doing that. The other day I was testing around with different configurations to get the PS2 versions of this working, and yeah, suddenly used to those controls again. Alright, so let's get rid of that one. And unfortunately, she's taking care of everything down there. Okay, stop trying to use those controls. I have them mapped to different things now. Hello there, Gamma Cryptic. How's it going? Alright, so we'll go ahead and save state right there for this phase of the thing. What do you mean, you sneaky man? I didn't do a sneaky. I literally did a this is the time that I have in the moment. Okay, we got 2 slashes off. You're about to rest. Well, get ready for a weakness. Because we're about to do this for at least, I don't know, a few minutes until we get called away for 2 weeks. Yeah, no, it's all been her the whole time. How crazy is that? Alright, so if she's on her cannon, we can kind of make use of range to some degree. She's at half health, so this should be pretty manageable. Had a small sleep in the night? Know the feeling. Was up to like 2 AM last night doing an article. Because out of nowhere, I just get a message from Fiverr. They're like, oh yeah, guess what? I'd like to get an update on this thing I ordered. Like, oh, Fiverr never let me know, and it's due in 12 hours, so that's great. Alright, that was a horrible trade. Slug gun for starter blade is about one of the worst trades you can get. She's sparking, but this is why I save stated right before this. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Let's see. Anyway, morning. Today sucks. Had a fight with parents being dumb, and then news that Grandpa died. Sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. You too close? Oh no! Alright. There we go. Now just to finish off this guy. And he's gone. Alright. Man, that was some calculated bullcrap right there. Managed to finish him off without, well, he had exactly 1 shot left to go. There we go. Sorry to smile on the bad news there. I just expected that to go a lot longer than it did. Anyways, there you go. Don't know if that was the betrayal that was expected, but there you go. Don't know why everyone needed to see her gone. There we go. Go ahead and save that crap. It's like I was saying earlier, that is, in my opinion, the most difficult betrayal in the game. Alright, so far the kill count is at 4. Let's see, disable pulse generators. Oh boy. Right. sector.
There are 4 targets in all. Locate each and shut them down.
So, no promises on this one, by the way. I know there's an AC fight here, but I don't know if I'll... I don't think it's even literally possible. Alright, not the right one. Sorry, this mission is one that I usually go out of my way to skip. Just because all of these damage over time ones usually are absolute hell for challenge runs of any description. So you haven't known any migrants since you were little? Well. Still though. Sucks that they're gone.
Target disabled. 3 left.
It's never a good time for anyone. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this one. Get out of here, tiny bit of terrain. So I know there's 2 here, then you gotta go to the other section and deal with those. Let's see, what's our general situation here? We got one over there someplace. Is that the one on the bottom? No, yeah, that's one just hanging out down there.
2 more to go.
Get into cover. Alright, the other 2 are down in that other section. How did we get there again? And there's Niche. Or not Niche, who the hell is that? And sorry. I really should probably just disable those controls at this point. That just keeps coming up. So yeah, I don't know if there's actually the time to win that fight. Is that the right way to go? Hopefully. Yeah, it makes you wonder where all of your security is when you actually need it. Right, this door. What other doors are there? Friggin' no auto map on this head. Right, crap. Alright, we'll assume it's that one. Mark our way here by doing that. Yeah, this is the right way. So we'll go ahead and take out the one that's behind the door, and then as for the one that's on the ground, we'll probably try to win the fight, if it's possible. And if it winds up being a bit of an unwinnable situation, then we're going to go ahead and just ignore it. Map. So what is our situation here? Yeah, there's this one. It's the one that'll actually take a while. And yeah, I feel like I need to bring this up every time, but if you ever wonder why I'm taking so long to let the generator recharge, it's because the starter generator is, well, its actual red zone is a lie. About a millimeter up from the bottom of the red zone is where it actually dies out. Which, I mean, I have no proof that it's an intentional design decision, but I like to think it is. It's okay. Can we win this fight here? Realistically speaking, most of this stuff is pretty inaccurate. And this guy typically tends to... or Twin Head, that's the name. Might still die anyway.
That's the last one. Good work.
Start rifle versus the world, pretty much. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I mean, I guess technically that one counted as a failure anyway. Oh wait, I did have access to something else. But you know what? I'll be honest, accessing starter program, or accessing, whatever, get the thing from the thing that's Rahito. I don't really care for that mission very much. Not that it's difficult. Okay, well, that's okay. I guess we'll just drop like a rock then. Interestingly enough, the door actually seems to despawn if you do it this way. But anyway, no, it's actually just that it takes a while. It's like basically Rahito held the tutorial.
Target disabled. 3 left.
Disabled. Yeah, if we get there with like 6,000 AP, we're golden. It's like literally the thing making it difficult at this point isn't the enemies or ACs or whatever else. It's literally just the fact that that I have no auto map, so I don't know which one of these doors I went to. There we go. That's better. But yeah, I like to view this run as the equivalent of when there were a lot of pistol and knife runs of Resident Evil back in the day. Kind of like that. You're basically going pistol and knife here. This thing is actually worse than any of the pistols. Dandy. There we go, just go surf on top of an MT like a frickin' champ. Right, just enough. There we go. And this time we also didn't have that bleed out period waiting for the generator to recharge. So I'm just going to go ahead and allow a save state right there just to save some time in case the spike goes poorly. That is probably going to be pretty average as far as those attempts go now. This mission's not really difficult once you actually know the route, it's just, yeah. It's whether or not you actually want to fight this guy, and whether or not you want to go pick up the stealth extensions. Actually, fight this girl, rather. This is, I think this is a twin head W. I forget which one's W, which one's the other one. Either way, it's twin head and the Patriot, so there we go. Not sure what's supposed to be patriotic about them exactly, but whatever. It's their AC name. Problem is, I probably want to do this fight with a few more blade hits in there. Actually, you know what? Come to think of it, that would make it so much easier. Just go down here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Let's see, playing Dragon Quest and getting back to Armored Core, I feel like AC has a good camera in most games. Has an inverted third Formula first. I mean, there's a lot of old camera stuff that's kind of surprising when you think about it. Like, okay, have you ever played Twisted Metal? Like the original Twisted Metal? Like, don't get me wrong, 2 is definitely my favorite of the series, probably head-on right behind that. Even though it's technically not great, 4 just has a lot of nostalgia factor for me, but dude. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to show that off at some point then. So the long and short of it, the general idea is like, it's like a demolition derby, except all the cars have guns and missiles and crap, and you basically drive around these big arenas and pick up all these different weapons and whatever else, and then you just have multiple death matches that get into more and more ridiculous situations. The first Twisted Metal, though, let's see, more context. Have you by chance played either Critical Depth or Warhawk, like back on the PS1? Because it's the same people that made it, and there was a thing that they totally didn't need to do that they did for that one, like speaking of camera tricks, in which they basically gave it a first-person mode, which nobody really would have expected or anything, really. Like, it's literally a situation where it makes no sense that they even put it in there, but then again, mechanically speaking, all they really had to do was change the camera position and overlay a small, like, JPEG on top of it. And we're not talking like, you know, oh, it just moved the camera and there's lock-on bars and whatever else. No, I mean, like, it's a legit first-person mode that's customized for every character and everything. It's like you're driving like the cop guy and like all their squad cars fully realized, or you're like driving the clown and they've got little like all their little clown stuff all over their dashboard and whatever. It's like I think the taxi cab driver has like some gin or something in his sticking out of his glove box. It's like they went through and they actually did the entire thing, and I completely forgot about that until I recently started going through the entire series for nostalgia's sake, and man, it is just amazing how good the early Twisted Metals are. I mean, there's hell, the levels are so destructible, it's not even funny. It's like to the point where you probably have more secrets in each level than a Doom game. Alright. Now, I'm just curious if they can be beaten this way. Might not actually have the damage to do it. They went in, though. Now, is that enough to leave them sparking out of curiosity? No, they're not sparking yet. Okay. More plans. More plans! But this is why I left a save state. Alright, we're gonna go a little bit more aggressive for this one. And I think they actually have a higher than normal fire rate for that pulse rifle in this mission. Now, if I can get close and get to do some blading. Hold on. Little man's upset. One moment. Alright, and back. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, he is using a pulse rifle. His loadout is the basic pulse rifle, basic small missiles, and the EO, which he doesn't use, and a disc blade. But thing is, he would be very resistant to the blade. And actually, you know what? This might be a lot easier if I just fight the MTs, now that I think about it. And also, if I stop using the wrong control scheme, it's not that game. Okay, yeah, especially if they only take a few shots each, then there's no reason not to just pop these guys on the way down. The one laser up there, yeah, I should probably grab that on the way down. Because if it's just a 1v1, it's not really much of a problem here. Starter rifle can beat this one just fine. They're even getting a little bit stunned by it. Yeah, we'll just do that little bit of preventative maintenance. By the way, are these little squeaks, like when I do this, are little squeaks coming through? Out of curiosity, I'm not sure if I should leave it in a fixed position or not. Okay, get rid of that one. Now, where is the bazooka one? one dealt with. Unfortunately, getting zapped from down there. Yeah, the setup didn't go well. Don't know what you're talking about. With regards to what? Are you talking about Twisted Metal or the other stuff? Ah, crap. It's not supposed to be a hard landing. Now, one other option might just be to run him out of shots. So all things being equal here, he only has under 50 shots in that thing. Or we can just get behind him, that works too. Oh crap. Why are you so dead set on protecting the thing that's melting you? Alright, yeah. Better option. Just gonna be to drop down and fight him on the way down. Take a few licks. As you do. Let's get rid of you first. More shots there. There we go, get rid of that one. Get rid of that one, and where's the bazooka? There we go. So that's sorted. Now we just need to stun lock. Shouldn't have gone for the blade there. This is doable. Very doable. Drop the blade for less weight and drain? No, because I want to go for backstabs, basically. So what I need here is to not let him get away from that stun lock. Because basically from one burst of that, that's enough to put him into overheat. That should be enough to take about a third of his AP off. But the problem is he would break out if I just kept circling around like that. So the idea is to hit him with a blade, kind of reset him more or less, and then get right back to it. Right, don't see where that last one is, so we'll just assume we're going to keep fighting here. Drop your generator and install a new one. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Drop the legs, install treads, or just crawl on the arms. So yeah, as long as we do this, we're alright. Just eventually do that. Dude, you need to give 9-ball back as a rifle, because you're cheating. That is not the fire rate of that thing. Yeah, that was just clever stuff from the AI there. from Lipo, I wouldn't believe he had much armor. Yeah, let's see. As far as damage goes, he should be taking about 50 per shot from the rifle. He should be taking near constant overheat. Oh, hang on. One moment again. Alright, and back in. Yeah, a little bit random there. So you got a stomach ache since this morning. Drink some ginger ale! Also, you've got this stomach since this morning is, I'm assuming you meant stomach ache. I'm assuming you've probably had that stomach since always. I mean, unless you're, like, running around with, like, a robo-stomach or something. Just, shoving food in your robo-guts. Alright, deal with this. That. Partially, this comes down to RNG on if and when he decides to use his missiles and all that. Generally speaking, they're much slower DPS for him. Alright, there we go, that's done. Now get close. Stop flying around. Yeah, if you could maybe not be so much of a spaz, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, they should normally have the usual limitations you'd expect them to have. Just sometimes, yeah, sometimes they just decide they don't have them for a little bit. It's just kind of a quirk of the game. Like in this case, I'm pretty sure his fire rate is much higher than it should be. And I'm pretty sure his AP is higher than it should be, which might just be a programming error. Most of the time, that's what it comes down to. Alright, so we'll just try to keep him in the salute. Won't go for the blade this time. I say immediately going for the blade, but he already broke out of the stun lock, so... It's like right there. He can break out of the stun lock if he wants to, but he usually gets too distracted. Stomacake. Stomacake. Get rid of that one. Get rid of this one. There you go. You're done. Now let's see if we can actually snipe that turret from up here. Is it right behind that? Is that friggin' turret? There it is. Hi there, turret. So, 3 shots take care of you. Yeah, the thing is, he's not affected by the constant bleed out in the level. So he's already cheating in that regard. It seems like his fire rate is higher than it should be. I'm not sure why his AP is this high, though. Because nothing he has really... Yeah, I think all his parts are energy defense. So it makes sense that he should only be taking about a couple hundred, maybe at most, from the blade, but as far as the rifle, this should be tearing him up real good. He would finally let me get close here, that is. Alright. Do the stun, do the stun. This is kind of the awkward thing that comes with the starter mobility set. Just the fact that you can't really get close because you're basically dedicating all your energy to getting close. See, you had this weird idea of taking 9 ball from 9 breaker model and making it dance on the menu theme from that game. I could see that. Honestly, I was hoping to find that as a GIF to have in the top right, but literally the only GIF here, I can just show you real quick. The only GIF I could find for Armored Core that I could at least tell was Armored Core was pop it up here, because unfortunately I couldn't figure out how to give it a background. Where is it? I know I just saved it. Where did I save it exactly, though? That is the question. Did I save it over here? No. Well, crap. I don't know where I saved it. Anyway, here's the broken version of it. It was basically this thing, except it was doing the AC5 thing where it would just like keep swapping its guns back and forth. But anyway. But yeah, if there was any other GIFs of AC, I'd be putting them in the top right. So if you end up making one, please share. Probably gonna be doing stuff for the next couple weeks, so there might not be any streams or any of that. So you know, there's some time. There's time now. Alright, get rid of you. Get rid of this one up here. Why are you so much of a jerk, little drone? Up over here. It's gonna take those little pot shots at us. Okay, rifle decided that it didn't want to fire for a moment. And of course, managed to get flanked by the guy by total accident. Dude, chill with that thing. There's... Chill. Chill out. He might have infinite energy, I'm not sure. Because I'm pretty sure his arena variant does not do this. Just aggressive blading seems to be the best way to go about it. On break. Then yeah, miss once and all of a sudden he's got a million shots. At least get to sparking. Like, what's going on here? Kind of want to go fight his version in the arena just to see what's going on. Yeah, we're gonna go fight him in the arena. So it's literally this one. Like, there's nothing about this that should be terribly tanky. The arms are literally the only durable part of this AC. Well, I guess the head. Like, it's technically geared towards shell defense, but it's, I mean, it's a head. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, BE 905, he should be okay for the pulse rifle, but he really shouldn't have that many shots. Alright. Good, keep trying. And yes, first blender, that crappy is confusing as hell. I don't know, maybe I'll figure it out during the possible hiatus. Also, probably would help matters if I turned on the AC. It feels disturbingly warm in here right now. must break you. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, if I just stay at a distance, get him into a stun lock, then get close and walk. Keep interrupting his boosts. Nope, he has decided he is no longer stun locked. Or she, in this case. Stop being all zoomy like. There we go. Get you stun locked again. Because yeah, anyone that's used that pulse rifle can probably attest to the fact that it should not be firing like that. A, it drains like crazy, or at least, I mean, its drain is up there, but still, it feels like she's maybe going iffy on the ammo. Like I said, I'm gonna have to double check later. Don't have her unlocked in the arena at the moment, and I don't feel like redoing the start of this mission. Like, based on how she's firing, we get a pretty decent idea of where their ammo should be. Because they're firing at a faster rate, and we're still running out of ammo faster despite having more shots. Right, if you could not be just slightly out of range, that'd be fantastic. Oh, screw you, little drone! Let's just reload that. If you fight her in the arena, she won't fight you in this mission, because... She absolutely does fight you in this mission. I guarantee you, in the comments down the road, somebody's gonna point out, like, oh yeah, no, these guys are both the bazooka guys and the laser guys. I know, but some of them are only bazooka guys some of the time. It's a part-time job. No other gun can suck this hard. The annoying part is it just becomes completely untenable as soon as she starts moving around in circles. Oh. Why do you have this? I know you got this, but why do you got this is the question. There we go. That's more like it. Dead. Trying to get that dang angle. Oh wait, right, I guess we gotta actually do the mission, huh? She doesn't even get dialogue. You know, this was a last-minute addition.
That's the last one. Good work, Raymond.
Alright, hang on, let me go turn the AC up. ACs? Monkey's got the bear. Well, no. No. Well, you see, this entire game is about air conditioning. These are just really, really advanced air conditioners. That's why they have to provide their own energy at this point. Alright, so that brings the kill count up to 5 on the missions. Okay, we got Protect Convoy, that one's gonna suck. Disable Radar, that one will suck even more somehow. Oh, but that's got the potential for the double AC kill, though. But then it has to be a 2-on-1. Because I can't use a consort for this one. Do we break the rule here, just saying that we only use them for the second mission now, or or do we try for the 2-on-1? Ah, screw it. Let's just do this thing. Sorry if that squeak sound is coming through, by the way. How about you hire them and then kill them? But that doesn't do anything.
We have a security breach. All units engage.
You probably should have engaged long before this point, actually. Anyway, this is why this one's a pain. Because they can just keep grenading you. Alright, so there's 1 out of 5. Already like a quarter down on health. Alright, where is... right. It's not going to tell us. Might as well go for these middle ones. Actually, no, we want to go for the middle ones last. This is kind of like the other one where you gotta remember the layout. In which case it should be here, I believe. I might be going in the completely wrong direction, but hey. The sensors on this thing are just a little bit garbage. Take their generator. No! Can't do that. It'd be against the rules. Alright, there's the drones. There's another one. Except it's the same one, because I went in a circle, because the entire map looks the same. Yeah, I think it's you gotta go to the right. So I know you have to go, you gotta hit this one, you gotta go hit, yeah, the one right next to it. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. And then you gotta go for the one across the cavern, and then you go for the final 2. And then those final 2 are by the exit.
Take out that AC. It's wreaking havoc.
He sounds so unenthused about this. Alright, friggin' drones and crap. Might make it out of this just barely, but... there's that one. There's one that's already down. Alright, let's go. We'll just go for the 2 by the door. This is the wrong direction. Man, this map is kind of confusing without an auto map. By the way, those guys will respawn infinitely. This is one of the few cases of an actual monster closet in this game. I know this because the very first time I went through this, went through all of the 1000 MG, went through all of the howitzer, went through all the missiles. Like, man, how many things they expect you to fight here? And then, you know, ultimately couldn't win the thing, so I just left and was like, oh, wait, right. I guess I'm supposed to be actually doing a thing here, huh? What you doing, kiddo? What about those? Alright. Yeah, apparently I am just dead set on doing all the ones that I'm not very good at today. Ah, man, I even screwed up the feathering. Awesome! Awesome. Do everything wrong, that's how you win it. You win the game by losing it so hard that it flips over. Yeah, this should be the one right at the very end, which means that the other one should be here. Except that's the one that I already... Brain, I swear, I don't know what I hire you for. Upside down win? Yeah, pretty much. I know there's 5. Like, there's no way it's not 5. Right, if you could go ahead and not, that'd be great. Sometimes you can save spot them there. Quite frankly, this one's just a bust. You can sometimes do some stuff here. Yeah, no, there's no way. Nexus, even if you lose missions, you're still alive only in the final mission do you die. Yeah, the funny part is you don't even have to die there.
We have a security breach. All units engage.
No, don't go after the... I know you can't technically lock onto this thing. All that game design. Yeah, Nexus was pretty awesome. I love it. It's actually one of the ones I was hoping to do challenge runs of. That's why I've been trying to get the PS2 stuff working. Thank you, world's most durable radar. But yeah, if you just jumped off the roof at the very end, you never got the letter that Raven got killed on. What's wrong?
Take out that AC. It's wreaking havoc.
What's wrong? Use your words. Want your show? Okay, 1 sec. Alright, and back. So let's see. Don't know why they didn't give you the credits from the start right away. They treated it like a new-gen game, and you can't sell the starting equipment. I mean, honestly, I kind of thought the start of it made sense. This is one of these things where, yeah, it's like, here's this basically more or less trash model. Like, nobody's going to want to buy it, because if somebody has an AC, they realistically have no reason to buy the starter AC parts, because they probably already have them. It was kind of the earliest version of what became the junk system in 5th gen. Is that the last one? No, that's the bridge. So then it should be over here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Now I know the layout again. I mean, I like trash. Friggin' hang out at garage sales all day, but still, like, in universe, if somebody's buying something that expensive, realistically speaking, they probably wouldn't really want to buy the trash. Also, wow, everything in the universe is over here. I'm sorry, all you tiny little MTs. Can you please find another place to hang out? Friggin' insta-death drone subs. Alright. This is probably, once again, a bit of a wipe, but see if we can actually finish this thing off before the giant wave of MTs shows up. Come on. Do it. Crap, they're coming. They're coming. They're everywhere. They might be saying, hey, why not just fight them all? No. Part of the reason for it is there's little MTs all over the place. Oh, for crap's sake. See, like right there. You end up locking onto them in weird ways. Yes, you're receiving a transmission. I know.
It's from Mirage. They want you to take
Get the door open. There we go. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and save it right there, because I don't feel like redoing that part. So now we gotta win a 2v1 somehow. See, imagine actual bullet hell in an AC world. So, 4 answer?
Another Raven. This should be interesting.
It's funny how they recycle this exact same mission in Silent Line, except it's in a giant reactor. So this one, they give you Backbreaker and they give you this guy. So neither of these two are particularly suited for this map, is the funny part. Backbreaker is arguably the bigger threat at close range. Friggin' Flare-Up is the bigger damage dealer by far. Thankfully, though, both of them can be run out of shots. Also, why are you bringing me dog toys? Go to the dog. Less twitchy. I don't know about that. But yeah, after a few salvos, Flare-Up is just done. So if you can hide behind the pillars, see, there's a horizontal bullet hell a friend was playing. It had mech forms and bosses in the game. I was under the impression that a lot of them had that. Just because switching forms and stuff like that seems to be a pretty regularly occurring mechanic. So, generally speaking here, what I'm trying to do is just get these guys to overheat. Just functionally using this thing as a poison rifle. It's a little bit hard to tell how much that should actually take. So I'm just taking as many shots as I can and hoping that it has the intended result. Problem is, Flare-Up is the one that I really need to avoid in terms of positioning, in terms of general dodging. I'm trying to avoid the other one. As far as Backbreaker, he's not too much of a threat if it's just one-on-one there. But if he's just firing his pulse cannon off in the background, then that's a problem. Because that thing, he has, I want to say, like 300 shots in total, and each one of those shots just tear through this thing's armor. I have almost no energy left, so if it comes down to 1v1, he can barely move. So he's strictly a support gunner for all intents and purposes. This is why this one is so trivial and most folks probably don't even remember it existed. Because you basically have two that are more or less supports. Let's see, bipedal type Gundams. Again, I thought that was a relatively popular thing. I wish I knew the name of them better.
This should be interesting.
Nope. Ah, hell. Perfectly bad dodge achieved. Now yeah, if you can, the ideal way to do this fight, as far as I'm concerned, is get in close, pressure this guy with overheats, and then go in with a blade, right? He's got sucky energy defense, he's got fantastic shell defense, so this rifle's probably doing maybe 20 per shot. Like, his only damage is gonna be coming from overheat. Oh crap, yeah, no, that one just became untenable. Yeah, the rifle there doesn't even matter. Right, fire just 2 big salvos. Actually, it's about his first 3 or 4, that's where most of his damage lies. Because yeah, as soon as his extensions are out, at least it's much more manageable. Yeah, don't want to be going for blades against that guy, actually. He's getting counterbladed by a tank is about some of the worst damage you can get in the game. This is why I shouldn't be leaving the other guy alone. I say breaking every single part of my plan. Realistically, I'm actually just trying to overheat him to get his generator down a little bit. Funny part is, if you're playing this on normal, both these guys come in at half health. In this case, they are actually both at full health. What they're even doing here is unclear, but hey, you know, they had a map, they had an easy bonus mission, so why not? Hard feels bad? Nah, hard feels good. It's the good stuff. It's how you know you've figured out how all the systems work. Yeah. Thought that might happen. Yeah, hard joke, etc. I know. hit that pillar. Oh hell. Yeah, that kind of crap is annoying. Where it's something that usually only the AI can do. It's like where they manage to keep the lock-on going just right because they know exactly where you're trying to be. So they end up hitting you like point blank with a full lock-on. It's like, oh crap. That ain't what I wanted in my day at all. Yeah, no. Let's go ahead and restart that one. I know, save's coming it. Just trying to save some time. Cause yeah, I did the full starter run in real time, and oh my goodness, that took forever. Like I think at this point I've probably proved that I know what the hell's going on in the game. There we go, cut you down. Got that blade angle, come on! Ah. Such a good blade run too. Really can't be much left in ya. But yeah, this is probably why they included all those little visual cues you got in later games. Where they taunted you at half health and stuff like that. Which is funny, because you have that in this game too. Just, not for these guys. These are literally just a bonus fight. They get one line, that's the only line. They're very stoic swords, I guess. So that's what, like 8 or 9 blades on this guy? About 50 shots. Is he done yet? Good. Now, if it's just this guy, that's a completely different story. Because his turn radius is kind of garbage, and, yeah. Realistically, he's not going to get stunned by a rifle, but all I have to do is circle around and overheat him enough. To the point where, yeah, he can't do his rapid fire anymore, he's just doing one little pulse. As long as I keep his pressure on, we're mostly fine. Bleed out damage from this should be... yeah, there we go. It totally can be. There you go. There's your 2 for 1. Are there ACs in Mugen? Probably. I think you can make everything in Mugen, so don't see why not. Also, by the way, Gamma Cryptic, the whole thing with the game, with Nexus giving you money if you failed or aborted or whatever else, was largely because they tried to go for that whole kind of adjustable narrative type situation. Which, personally, I like the idea. It wasn't implemented very well, but I like the idea. Anyway, that puts the kill count up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the run. Defend Crest HQ. Oh dear goodness, I hate this mission. This is, as far as I'm concerned, probably one of the worst missions in the game.
System engaged.
Oh hell. Screwed it up right off the bat. Come on, get up there. Close enough. So it's only a few MTs. Fly up. Perfect. Wrong buttons, please. Stop controller.
They're approaching the bulkhead.
Yes, 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 shut up.
Take them out.
Handballs Mugen. No surprise there. Dude's been around a while. So yeah, hopefully we can just tank this. This is wave 2. It's like literally just this. Ah, controls! Controls Y. Apparently my son's laughing at me in the background. Like, ha, look at this idiot. Can't even hit these things, they're barely moving. One of the big annoyances, though, is the fact that they will reset your view every time.
They're approaching the bulkhead.
Yeah, Lane.
Take them out. Raven, stop them.
Shut up. If you just hired a pile of MTs, we wouldn't be having these problems. It's funnily enough one of the very few missions in the series where using the triggers from the camera actually makes a lot more sense. Okay, there we go, dealt with. How about you don't?
They're almost through. Hurry.
Yeah. Last wave. Except don't aim at those two. Alright, good. They got rid of one of their own. No. Breaking pillars. Okay, that's fine. This is doable. Oh, come on. Alright, so we're right in the open now.
Bulkhead.
Yeah, no, this is definitely not... This is untenable. And that's kind of the problem with this one. In most normal cases, it's not much of an issue. It just becomes bizarrely annoying whenever doing a challenge run. These are into situations like this where you have basically one form of attack, just because you're hitting little drone things and all that kind of business. And there's just slightly too much to be able to sit there and tank any of it. So like right here, if they decide to attack me instead of the AIs, well, then we're in for a bit of hurt.
They're approaching the bulkhead.
I guess on the flip side, if those AIs are left alive to the very end, then you have a little bit more of a chance. They're just slightly out of range here.
Raven, stop them.
Yes. Can get a few shots off here sometimes, but sometimes the camera won't behave. Like right there, I keep trying to look down, but it's going just a little bit too slow, so I can't quite get a few shots off before they're up, before they activate and all that kind of stuff. Your lock-on stays on slightly too long. It's like whenever there's one that's down, you can try to switch between them, but it'll usually keep trying to switch to the one that's already blown up. Alright, that's improving a little bit. Yeah, oftentimes this one just kind of feels like RNG as to whether or not you can actually dodge the different shots or not. Then you kind of got to know where they're coming from. A little bit iffy. I'm pretty sure no one really likes this mission. Oh, dang it, come on. It's not really fun is the thing. It's like, here's a shooting gallery, hope you don't accidentally step off the ledge. If you try not to step off the ledge, hopefully you can fly forever. If you can't fly forever, well, screw you, enjoy the ledge. Except there's exactly one ledge here. Make it work. Super Vegito destroyed 9-ball. Pretty sure anybody can destroy anybody in that one. It's just all custom creative fighters, isn't it? I remember somebody sending me a thing of just like friggin' Super Shaggy beating everybody. Because apparently that meme is the greatest thing ever to some folks.
Take them out.
And yeah. The joy of cutscene resets! Because it cancels out all momentum that you had.
Raven, stop them.
I have to say, Lane Myers and like Bradford from XCOM, especially XCOM 2, would get along great. Oh, you gotta go stop the things. You're already working on stopping.
They're almost
Yes, fidget, fidget, fidget. Both next Smash DLC is Hustler 1. Wouldn't be too out of place. I was playing that the other day. I was kind of surprised by how many friggin' characters are in there. Like, there was a kind of a friend of a relative type situation. They just happened to have a Switch in their pocket, which I have to say was probably the best pitch meeting I've ever seen for one of those. Like, just somebody shows up to a party, doesn't really do very much. Oh, piss off of that ledge! Couldn't make the ledge a tiny bit bigger, Crest. Just a little bit. There we go, we're done.
all targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Really don't like that mission. Not a fan, but oh well. But yeah, no. It's like at one point, hell, I think they have like 15 Pokemon characters in there. I think I have some like 6 Fire Emblem ones in there, but it's like none of the actual good characters. It's like, where's all the folks from like FE7 or FE8 or something? Like, no. Here's a bunch from a game that never even made it to the States. Here's one from a game that almost no one heard of, even fans of the series. And then here's 2 from, you know, the one with the really broken marriage mechanics. It's like, but what about the super good ones? Don't question it. That's what. Alright. So, this is probably where the run dies. Because this is Leviathan. Can't use any help, so yeah, that's a thing. Right, so we can avoid most of that first wave. Alright, so right now I'm testing a couple things. So the rifle, I'm pretty sure, is not going to be the way to go here. It was definitely missiles in the other one. I just want to see how bad this damage is. So we do something like this. We go here. If we try to blade, I'm pretty sure we'll just fall off. Now, this is one of those times when being on the PSP port is a problem, because with these side buildings, funny thing, if you go right over there, that's already the edge. It's supposed to go out to the entire edge of the arena, but yeah.
A massive weapon.
But yeah, so the map ends early. And I believe that was actually the main evidence that was given as far as, or the main evidence kind of around to kind of prove that they rescaled all the stuff in the game. Now then. Okay, so big ol' hitbox on those is going to be a problem. Can land on it to some degree. We can go the blade approach. Now the question is, how do we go about that landing? Let's get rid of the rifle. I'm just doing a bunch of test runs right now. Alright, so we get immediately booted off. Fantastic. Let's go for a swim mission, exactly. glitch operation. So shots on the water don't count. That much was already pretty much known. We land right there. Right, that's why I never went for that approach before. What's funny is the hover legs would make it cheaper. But yeah, no. Like, that's what always cracks me up, because the hover legs, even since AC2, for some reason have always been a price reduction. The best part of this is you can't even actually accurately calculate where, you can't calculate how many shots it takes for this in most cases, without doing your own testing, because even the wiki doesn't friggin' know. I mean, we can reasonably take those nade shots. It's not a good trade, though, because that building isn't safe. See, I would have preferred if instead of just throwing you out of bounds, they had ones that just crumbled into the water or something. There's a rare glitch that might potentially allow this to be one, where you can actually get him stuck behind one of the buildings. About a wood AC? Well, I mean, it turns out there's actually more than I thought in that regard. So, Cow sent me a link the other day that one of the other ACs in Master of Arena, there's a reverse joint that's also made out of wood. So he's got perfect lock-ons in all directions with that. Streamed it, made him notice. Oh! Oh, I didn't know you had stream down. Sorry. Actually, can you provide a link to that stream? Because I would like to follow it if I'm not already doing that. Is that the building? Yeah, that's just the edge of it. Trying to, Right, tail snipes could do it. If we stay out of his firing range and only take little snipes at his tail, then we only have to worry about the missiles. Still a worry, naturally, but... Basically just do the same thing we did with the Yeti yesterday. Just take a bunch of friggin' weak pokes at its tail for an hour. Right, you know what? Actually, that's the answer. That's gonna be the answer. Tail snipes, and then, oh no. I was gonna say, if we can figure out the exact range of the grenade launcher. Streams will not be saved. No, I don't mean to save them. I mean to friggin' follow that mess. Oh crap. Went for a drink. A kooky? Yeah, there you go. There you go, that's the one. That's the thing. Realistically, I should keep hold of the blade just in case I do have to do the whole slashy thing. Alright, so drones are a problem. Hang on, yeah, what's the wording on this one? A strange flying AC. It is made entirely out of wood, even down to the nails that hold it together. Yeah, that sounds legit. Makes sense. Alright. So try using terrain. But I remember calculating all this stuff before. Even if I put every shot of the rifle into them, that may not be enough. off. Yeah, I think the way to do this is we're gonna have to find specific points in every little stop zone of his. It's like right here, we move forward, we have to try to optimize this crap. They go a little bit lower, because they're not counting for the terrain. That doesn't quite work. We go here, try to avoid the drones. Now, is there a good spot to avoid the nades? Yes. That spot does seem to avoid the nades mostly. Unfortunately, that leaves us at the mercy of the missiles, which ain't great either. I can kind of long range him here. Yeah, that covers somewhat. Wing snipe's also a possibility. Taking a nice, refreshing swim is a very, very good possibility, though.
Here's your target.
It's a fish! There's another way, too, now that I think about it. That wasn't it! Alright, so here's what we do. If you didn't know, you can actually break his lock-on, but only for the missiles. So, the other stuff can still get you, but let's go ahead and go here, block those missiles, and then we're going to try to get to as long a range as possible. So that should be over here, if I recall. There we go, take a couple little snipes. And then, yeah, if we stay on the opposite end of the arena, and then create a situation where his missiles are just firing upwards. Drink all the water and the Leviathan won't move. Very true, very true. It's a legit strategy. But yeah, no. You can get out of range of his missiles. So we're gonna go ahead and go all the way over here. Go for this one. He's already fired another salvo, I play it. Alright, just tank him. It's really unfortunate that's the way that they handle this level. Also accidentally turned frame skip on. No frame skip off, please. Frame skip, please go away. Frame skip, no. No, frame skip. Go away, thank you. No frame skip. There's a very real possibility that this just can't be done. What we need is to find little sniping windows, I think. So we can dodge most of, but not all of the missiles. Unfortunately, the little drones may turn out to be a pain eventually. Do some aerial snipes. Alright, bad timing on that jump. Alright, he got partially stuck. Those shots are evaporating slightly before they hit him. Alright, those lasers are doing about 20 per hit, so they're not anything significant. Actually, wait a minute. Is there any place to land down there? I don't think so. I doubt they would leave that kind of exploit in the game. Partially stuck, but couldn't abuse it. so we get far. Best method I can think of is right now is just stay on the total opposite side. That's way too good of a spread to dodge all that. Yeah, just stay on the total opposite side, try to get little edge snipes. Problem is those are evaporating before they hit him. Might have to change that rule about no helpers. Not for Offenham, but maybe for this one. I'm sure a way can be found to do it without him, but... Because yeah, the thing is, his AI tends to break pretty easily, since he is essentially just patrolling the map. He's not really doing anything too special. So if he can in any way, whether he runs into something, whether something happens, who knows. But if in any way he can get dislodged from his pattern, he can't get stuck. That's another way that this can happen. I can try landing on top of him. No matter if we fly directly over him. Touch the water slightly, it's too late. Just immediately turn off. Alright, is that shot able to hit him? No. Alright, we're just gonna try the blade approach. See if we can make that work. Oh, hang on. Very true. There's even fittingly a drastic baby in the background right now. We'll see if he's happy in a moment. For the time being, let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so we got 2 there. Wanna talk about deep sea? Well, I mean, right now this is going pretty slow, so we probably should just talk about speed for you instead. I mean, now he's scary. Alright, land another right there. Right. So can't do that one. blade method could work. Which I'm sure Cal will be, Cal will be happy to see. Oh, well, I mean, he won't be happy to see that. Like, every single time. It's almost... You know what, come to think of it, I'm a little bit surprised it's not considered an Armored Core meme at this point. It's like every single time, like, oh, you know, there's a boss, so you gotta go blade it. Oh, for God's sake, this little edge, though. Okay. So we gotta get around that little edge. And yeah, the funny joke is every single time now, though, every time I've seen somebody go into a challenge run that involves Offenham to some degree, and especially starter runs, there's always somebody there like, oh no, I totally bladed this thing. No, you didn't. Not with the start blade, you didn't. What the hell just happened? It's like, why do my controls not work? And it's because he sunk down just a slight bit. So the feet were technically touching the water, so it turned off. I'm gonna think of it, if he popped back out of the water, I wonder if it would restore controls. I wonder if it's possible to land at exactly the right moment to test that. Okay. That ain't glitchy at all. Like, nope, you have been deleted from existence. Yeah, that dodge isn't really any better. Blade? Blade, please. Hello there, Mr. Vale. Just stopped in and say hello. Are we winning? Are we putting armor on the cores? Currently getting a lot of armor sunk into this water. That's for sure. This is basically one of 3 actual, I'd say, end bosses to this game. Oh, for crap's sake. That landing glitch, though. Dark Soul sliding mechanics. Yeah, no, the landing mechanics on this are bizarre sometimes, because I'm guessing it probably has something in the code that says that something can't technically be nowhere. So it has to find the nearest possible position, which, I'm assuming because of how the plates overlap in order to make its wings move. However, that slash worked, okay. Alright, so 3 slashes can be possible, as long as it's... Yeah, we're gonna go for 2 slashes on that first part. And, yeah. I don't think we can get anything on the second wave. Is it fair to call it waves? I mean, it's kind of making splashes. But yeah, because of the way the wings move, I'm assuming it reassigns where terrain is or some such. And hello stun, hello water. Managed to avoid drowning. For the moment. About to get super drowned. Alright, so he's gonna pop up. I'm gonna want to go ahead and take cover right here. So each of these cranes can more or less be used once to get rid of most of the missile salvo. He got stuck on a building, unfortunately. Parents aren't home. Blade range is infinite. It's outside the area. Seems so. All right, this is probably also out of bounds, right? Oh, come on now. Dang multi-grenade launcher. Yeah, I don't know how many blade hits it would take to do this. I'm kind of tempted to turn on infinite AP just to find out what kind of numbers we're dealing with. Because if this takes like 15 slashes or something, it wouldn't actually be possible. We'd basically have to feather in for each one. And then that would have to be an exact landing, which would have to be pulled off several times, which... yeah, seems like even under those circumstances, we'd be in a little bit of trouble. Alright, so there we go. 2 slashes and get out. And then get completely effed in the A by those, Alright, you know what? I think we do want to go for 3 slashes there. Need Galaxy Brain for this boss? Why does everything work as a song reference for AC? Frequency, why did you have to go make song names of everything? And why does not a single one ever make sense? Yeah, these little drones do almost no damage, but they do screw up lock on. Alright. Friggin' ghost hitboxes on those launchers, though. He's firing straight through that building. Thank you, PSP port. Good job. Yeah, this is way too long of a run. Ah. Yeah, I think the most frustrating thing I ever did in this is when I was doing the starter run. There was this. Actually, I'm thinking, was that? Yeah, it was the very first starter run I ever did of the series, and I had gotten to the very end of this fight and actually managed to win. But then, right as it basically the camera cut off, or the cutscene for winning it kicked in. At which point, oh crap. At which point, yeah, the cutscene basically threw me into the water and caused game over after already winning. It was pretty great. So I guess you could let it go around the cosmos over the pain? Maybe, maybe. Yeah, he's inconsistent on when and how those launchers even work. And I touched the water slightly, so time to get turned off. I love this game, but seriously, why was that? Why did I decide to do an Adieu run? And this is right after a potential several weeks hiatus too, so this will be the last thing somebody sees is just like incompetently ruining AC3. Okay, there we go. That can work. Okay, so I gotta land on the wing. Gotta land on the wing and swing towards the center. Actually, he seems to have gotten stuck out of the... Wait a minute! Can he get stunned? Alright, after this, I'm gonna have to test that. How many IPs doesn't have? It's unclear. I believe both of the biggies have about 25k, but it's unclear. There's actually... The wiki doesn't even know. I remember I tested it... tested it for Oppenheim. It took, I think it was 10 missiles and 200 starter rifle shots when I went in cheat mode to kind of test it out. So technically speaking, the blade would have to be used on that boss in this run, which is almost impossible for mechanical reasons. So I'm actually not sure how that would work. Let's talk about bugs for you. Scare stuff, yeah. Yeah, I mean that one's already toast. I'm actually not sure. This might be the end of the one about talking about Speed Luigi for you. I don't even fully get it, but okay. All right, so let's test this blade stun situation. Can he? Okay, he's still staying out of the water longer. Come on, Sesame. Yeah, I don't really look at much on most of that kind of stuff. If it doesn't just like find me, or if it's not AC or Tactics Ogre or one of my friends sending it to me, I probably haven't encountered it. Okay, we're gonna try this. Yeah, he popped back out of the water. I think he can be staggered. What the hell? Hang on, one moment. Alrighty, and back. Sorry for the delay there. Seems we have a nice cloudy, rainy day, so could have lots of upsetness. What's going on? What's wrong? I'll go get the balloon then. Anyhow, Mr. Vale. Hang on, 1 sec. Don't run off. 1 sec. Alright. Yeah, it's, basically whenever there's cloudy days, dude, kiddos get upset. Let's just put it that way. It's like, right now I have 2 kiddos here that decided to wake up early on a day that they would otherwise be fussy anyway. And, anywho, we're probably going to be wrapping up early, but the hate clouds now, it's mostly just because, you know how you kind of get that kind of gloomy feeling when it's overcast? Yeah, I find them relaxing too, but in most cases it gives them more of I think it's like nasal pressure or some such. Either way, they're usually pretty fussy, then they decide to wake up early as a result, yada yada yada. Anyway, so, wait a minute, I just noticed something real dumb. That door up there, that thing closed. Okay, that thing closed, so they basically decided, hey, we can land you right behind this thing, but wait, no. We need to go make sure to land you right in front of it instead. So yeah, Mr. Vale. Just so you know, there might be a couple week or longer hiatus. I just found out last night, so yeah, I don't know what the full story is going to be on that. It's just basically, it's a really long story, but we'll see what ends up happening with that. Mostly just in terms of might become crazy crowded for a little while. No, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. But we'll see. Hopefully it's a good hiatus. Take care. Well, hopefully. It's probably gonna be a very, very busy hiatus, but we'll see. Then again, there might just be time in the middle of all that. Who knows? Let's just say it's one of these cases where help is very much needed, and we're in a position to provide it. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. But yes, maybe not financially speaking, but as far as, you know, helping out and whatever else, that's something we can always do. So let's go shoot him through the invisible building, or the non-existent building rather. It's giving me hit plink, but it's not giving me yeah, it doesn't seem like it's registering. Alright, yeah, so let's go ahead and test something here. Let's go over to the cheats. And let's go see what we actually have on hand for this one. Do I not? Man, I don't actually have any cheats active for this one. Okay, well, I was gonna go in and test it, but I guess that ain't gonna happen. I was hoping to see how many blades and how many shots it takes to get to the center of this particular Tootsie Roll Pop. But, yeah, I guess I can't do that. So, at least not on this computer. Just slowly and awkwardly sink. Oh, that doesn't get old. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably technically doable, but it's gonna take a hell of a lot of optimization to do. Like, realistically, I don't see that we're gonna be able to do this today. We'd have to find an exploit of some description, which probably would involve stunning this thing somehow. Then again, okay, it seems like it might stay longer if you keep it focused on the nose. Maybe. I mean, that's how it usually ends up going with these things. That if you can find a way to get all super aggressive in a very accurate manner, really pull off some shenanigans. And we are out of the area. Okay. So can't go fully on the wings. It might also not be anything relevant to what I'm doing. It might just be complete RNG as far as whether he's going up or down. Right, could I move, please? Thank you. Let's move from here. Try to remain aggressive. Yeah, he stayed far, far longer that time. Wonder if there's something that can reset his pattern. Alright. Yeah, but he seems to stay on the same loop, the same distance, so he doesn't have... it. Yeah, his coming up out of the water, it seems like it's on a timer, not location-based. Although his actual submerging is not based on that. God, this is some awkward crap right here. Let's see, is it okay if I think that an anime robot girl that wants to exterminate humanity is cute? According to psychologists, sure. Okay. Stop turning off your boosters when you're in this slightly wet puddle of something. What psychologists? I remember there being a study, I want to say it was the University of Boston? I don't know. One of them did a study like a couple of years ago, I think. Just kind of testing whether there was any link between, I think, like anime stuff and insanity or something. I'm not speaking for actual psychologists when he says that. No, I mean legit. There was a study on that, and I think it was just something about like whether it affects people mentally or something like that. They're like it's about the same as most other mediums. It's just there's just more of a social stigma about it. Although there was a note that was added in there. There was something like if folks have a maybe relative propensity towards some particular messed up stuff, it might potentially justify said messed up stuff more, depending on certain situations. Forget exactly how it went. You'd have to look it up. No link between crazy stuff and anime, says researcher. Watch Hello Kitty instead of NG. It's from a game. Well, fine. Although the immediate question that came to mind was whether the alien from Destroy All Humans was a girl. But anywho, it's also a bee, a very angry one. Well, okay then. Sometimes they may be angry, har har. But yeah, so I think this will be the end of the Adieu run then, because I don't really foresee, aside from the AI breaking, I don't really foresee a way that this can be done at the moment. Like if something else comes to light, I'll definitely pick it back up. But yeah, at the moment this does seem like the end of the run. Oh, I'm not ending it just yet. Okay, so it seems like 3 are possible there. So when combined with the rifle and the blade, or whatever, they seem to be able to stun it to some degree. My theory on this is that, yeah, it does get stunned, but it has some specific spot that it ultimately gets told to go under the water. Wait, what does Lana Nielsen or 9-Ball Seraph AI count as anime robot waifus? Depending on how you like to see it. Some people anime the crap out of this series. Personally, I've always seen it as more of a Western style kind of thing. Just because you really just see the robots, you don't really see the characters, and the few times that you do see the characters, they tend to be fairly normal looking. as in proportional, as in they don't have satellite dishes for eyeballs. How about not anime but still robo waifus? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work great. How do you think drug PSAs work in this universe? Do they just have a sign that says we want to talk about not having speed for you? Then again, it sounds like they have 100 other problems, so they probably don't even care. It's like, oh man, people are getting high as hell. Alright, well, that distracts them from the horrible bleakness of our apocalyptic existence, so that's fine. Actually, come to think of it, weren't there a couple pilots in AC2 that were technically druggies, but also mercenaries? See, we wouldn't like to talk about the speed for you, Ravens, and this is why. See how would that? Oh, just got sniped off the edge again. It's like, how would that end up going? Like, instead of dare, it's like failed or something. It's like friends against insidious. Let's see. Laser ecstasy drugs. There we go. That works. That sounds like it'll fit. It's just like a little mission failed screen, and then just like Dare, nobody pays attention to it, and it gives people drug problems. I wonder if we can trigger some kind of infinite blade glitch. Because interestingly enough, this one's based on frames of contact rather than however collision went in the original game. I know that a lot of folks that were into modding got really pissy about that, so don't worry, deep sea fish loves you forever. Hang on, what song is that from? Because it just occurred to me that you didn't have deep sea fish as just a random thing now. Seriously, for the longest time I thought somebody was just really, really into fish. It's always hard to tell. It's always hard to tell with this series, except for like 4th gen, where everything was an author. Yeah, okay, so there's a grand total of like 2 solid buildings in this place. Thinker? Okay. Gotcha. On a random note, I was mentioning Twisted Metal earlier. I'm kind of tempted to just kind of go into Formula Front right now and just remake the entirety of the Twisted Metal roster as AIACs. I mean, there is a clown. There's a clown car, or rather a ice cream truck clown that drives a mech. So, I don't see why not. Would fit. Not to mention, this is clearly not going anywhere. I'm just hoping it somehow glitches out one of these attempts. So you know what I thought in Japanese, katakana, Coda pronounces thinker with shinker, which reads as thinker or sinker. Well, look at this! I do irrelevance! See, heading back to work, remember to stay hydrated? Will do! Staying very hydrated, in fact. Actually, wait. Hand gestures don't particularly work when the camera's off. So very, very hydrated over there. Anyway, so, thank you for stopping by, Mr. Bale. Hopefully there isn't a hiatus, because I was hoping to do more of a LOM there, because, god dang, that thing was charming as hell. Amen, amen, go sleep, amen. Well, rude? I mean, we're still trying. Anyway, we apparently got fired for, like, dying of drowning. So that's a problem. You typoed? Typos happen. Alright, so I think we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, you know what? Screw it, let's go do some Formula Front real quick, because, Ammunition, stop, give me that Formula Front. I became a retard. Well, okay. Actually, come to think of it, should I just show off some... You know what? No. doing this, that's it's a whole other thing. Let's do some switch over to some Twisted Metal. Gotta go update that real quick. Here, let's see. Because I have to show you how awesome this is. Alright, we're gonna show some of Twisted Metal 1, but dude. Like, hang on, why am I switching over to that one? No, hang on. Where is it? There's this one. Here. Twisted Metal Nostalgia Stream, there we go. So yeah, we'll be continuing on with the Adieu run if I can find some way to make that happen. But for the time being, I have to show off how cool this is. So we're going to start off with the first one. I put 2 in the game because that's the one that I actually want to show off the most here. Hang on, where do I have ye old ROM saved? Sorry, it'll be just a sec. I believe it is one of these ones right here. Yeah, it should be this one right here. Hang on, I put it in the wrong place. That's hopefully not what she said. Anyway, okay. Come on, pull it up. Work. Work, dang you, work! Out of curiosity, does this show up properly? Mostly. Let's move this down to here. For some dang reason, it's taking a while to load. Let's just give it a sec. Oh, I know why. Is that one even gonna work? Yeah, might not. Hang on. Would you consider using Hikuki description next to Kangaki's? Sure. What the hell? Why not? Because I gotta go pick up a different thing here anyway. Now, let's see. Change disk. Change ISOs. I might have to do this a different way here, because it might not launch. Okay, let's get Hikuki on here. Alright, open image, a new tab. Save image. I'm gonna have to edit the crap out of this later. Okay. What was I doing here? Right. So we'll take just a sec. As it repeatedly tries to give me viruses. Hang on. Gotta go basically switch what we're doing here. We got this one, and we got... Where's the original? Here we go. There we go. That's the good stuff. In the meantime, I think we'll probably go for... Let's see, it says... Yeah, it just says it'll take 2 minutes. So, okay, while we're doing those 2 minutes, what do you... Off the top of your head, what do you think Twisted Metal would be like? Right? So, here, let's just go ahead and update this information real quick. It's probably going to turn this into another video now. But yeah, I know, this is kind of a random thing, but I really want to show off how cool this is. So Mr. Gamma Cryptic, off the top of your head, you hear, Twisted Metal, you hear all that. What do you think it's going to be? I'm curious. Is the curious a game? You don't say. You don't say. Yeah, hopefully, here we go. Let's go get the functional version now. Because everything's got to work weird, because why not? Hang on, shows 8 seconds left. Let's see, I went to Google it for a peek, I saw a car. So yes, I was kind of mentioning the car thing earlier, but yeah. So it's, I would say an old series, but funnily enough, it was around about as long as Armored Core, and, well, kind of went away at the same time as Armored Core, which is why I consider the two to be bizarrely linked in some ways. But yeah, the general idea is that it is essentially a car fighting game in which the premise is that every year there's just a freaking genie that shows up. It's like, okay, so everyone fights to the death, and you get one wish, whatever it may be, and yeah, so everyone's just fighting to the death over this random wish thing. And yeah, the guy betrays them literally every single time. So, A, it's a wonder why anybody would ever take part in this thing, but B, it is just an amazing series. And unfortunately, like I said, just like AC, it had its last entry back in 2012, and kind of hasn't been heard from since. Unfortunately, it's like that they had one guy that was behind most of it. And if you've played Warhawk, you might be wondering if we're starting Warhawk right now, because this intro probably just brings that to mind for anyone that absolutely loved all those games. But yeah, single track. They made Twisted Metal 1, Twisted Metal 2, and Warhawk, and then turned into other things. But dude, this series is amazing. And they went above and beyond for this one. So okay, got in the very first one here, we got a freaking clown car, we got a taxi, got a, what's his face over here driving a truck. Got the cop, which personally the cop's always been my favorite one. We got a Thumper over here with a flamethrower into the car. You got a freaking 007. You got this lady that never shows up again in the series because nobody played as her. You got this guy that's been around friggin' every single game because he's awesome. You got the Grim Reaper. Got a literal ghost in a car. got well, this one's hilarious. So yeah, literal monster truck with some dude bros driving it. They literally just show up so that they can fight to the death for a chance to get new tires. War vet guy that shows up in a demo derby car, and yeah. This is the only other one that's always been around forever. So pick one. Here we have Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Dante from Devil May Cry. Yep, basically. But yeah, personally I always prefer this one, but... Funnily enough, by canon, the cop cars always win, but they always end up getting screwed over in the end. It's like this guy basically shows up to the ending. He's like, "Oh yeah, I want this tournament to stop and never want to see you again." So he shoots him into space. Then his sister shows up in the next game. He's like, "Oh yeah, I want to see my brother again." So he shoots her into space too. Friggin' Head On is technically the Twisted Metal 3 that should have been. Then they're both driving a modified version of both their cars, as they both got down from space somehow. So they both show up, and they have different ideas of what they want to do with the genie guy, except then they get into an argument, and then he yells that he wishes that she wouldn't be able to speak. So she stops being able to speak, and he disappears. Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and go with this here. So, I was saying they went above and beyond on this one. A, the friggin' music. So yeah, starts off with just a 1v1. Wait, why is the music not working? Alright, hang on, the controls are different from what I'm used to, because I have them all remapped. For some reason there's no music. What's up with that? Huh. Ah, man, this series is so good. But here's the funny part. At any point... Hang on, why is it not doing it? Hang on. What was the button? Why is it a different button all of a sudden? There we go. So yeah, you got a first-person view. There was no need for them to do this. And this is different for every single character. Is it hard as hell to see? Yes. But there was no need for them to have it in here, and yet here it is. Hang on, what? Seriously though, what is going on with the music? Where am music? I get some version without music? Yeah, let me go back to first person view so you can, or third person so you can actually see what's going on here. And that right there is exactly why I always preferred this one. Some more detailed gameplay than Minecraft and Fortnite together? To some degree, yeah. almost ran over my own mines. Though this series was, again, around for absolutely ages. And what I find absolutely bizarre is that one of the reasons that it died was due to the way that they marketed it for the very last one, at least in my opinion. Because they basically had a situation where they said, it's like, oh yeah, no, they're changing it so that you're not driving, you know, the same vehicles all the time. Anyone can drive any vehicle, which, okay, fine, but it still plays the same as all the others. But they, for some reason, their marketing team just played that up to such a ridiculous degree. Can I move, please? Thank you. Unfortunately, it seems like they're the ones that picked up the health. For some reason, my shield isn't working, too. It's up, right for the shield. Shield, please. Alright, maybe I'm misremembering the codes here. Hello? Yeah, I think my control might just be busted. Might be. But considering the music is one of the big selling points of this thing, I'm kind of wondering what the hell went wrong with the music here. Did I get some broken ROM or some such? I mean, well, This is a fighting arena? That one is. And then each one you get into increasingly ridiculous arenas until you're fighting on friggin' rooftops and stuff. Right. Seriously though, where's the music? Yeah, I think the ROM might be broken, so let's go ahead and get the second one out here. Because the second one's the one that I probably played the most with my brother growing up. So let's see. Here we go, TM2. Yes, yes, go by WinRAR, I'll get right on that. Probably broke the game. Yeah, apparently. Which sucks, because this one has amazing music. I just hate when that happens. It's like, here, check out this cool thing. Like, I'm sorry, I can't see anything cool because it doesn't work right. Rude. Rude, rude, rude. Okay, let's go ahead and get the other one going then. Whoa, hi. You up here found the noise chicken. How's that rubber chicken action going? Alright. Hey. Let's not. Gonna go put the chicken away? Thank you. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know, that's sudden chicken action. Yes! That's more like it. Actually, there's music this time. But yeah, no, my brother and I played this endlessly. Okay, for a second I was worried. Because yeah, they've got a bunch of really good rock tracks for it, basically. Alright, who do we want to go for here? So we've got Cheat Car. Basically, this guy's got, well, more or less a perfect homing missile that will always hit something. This guy's, I forget what his info is. Roadkill's always kind of boring. I don't know why they always bring him back. He's literally the most boring character, but whatever. Okay, doesn't even say what his special does. This one literally turns into a tornado. This one explodes on people. This one, well, it's pretty obvious. This one shoots ghosts of people. This one runs folks over. This one has that same taser move. This one, actually, no, this guy's got swarmer missiles. We'll go with that. Sounds good to me. But you don't even go for the 1v1s. This time it's just, everything's all crazy. Alright. Where's my music? Glad the shield works, but where is the music? There must be something wrong with the emulator settings. Has to be. music. This, generally speaking, the soundtrack to this is porn for your ears, yes. But, where is the soundtrack is the question. Yeah, this is weird. Hang on. There has to be some answer to this. Google. Alright, apparently, let's see. Weird. Okay. No, the fix is here. The fix is here. I did not know both of these were actually needed. But that definitely explains some things. So there we go. I don't know if it'll just automatically do it, though. I think we have to restart it, but that'll do it. That should fix the music. Oh, well, thank you for that. Thank you for the host there, Gamma Cryptic. Alright, let's see if it works now. So yeah, apparently the issue was there was a second file that I needed to have on hand. Though I'm not really sure why one piece of music worked and the rest did. Let me go perspective this time. Not enough entertainment? Boo. Boo! I will say the AI definitely cheats in this, by the way, because they get infinite specials. Alright, do I have to restart it completely, or is that good? No, I think I have to restart it completely. Alright, hang on. Full restart, full restart. Providing an absolutely horrible example of what this series is like. So yeah, we'll go ahead and start off with the first one so you can hear the amazingness of that music. Try another emulator, another PC. Great game. Yeah, I know, I love this series, but for some reason the music wasn't working. Hopefully this will fix it. Move some stuff around. Use sand on your disc. I don't have sand, but I've got like some Cheerio dust left over from one of my kids' Cheerios. There's that. Alright, it's not letting me skip that this time. That can do too? Alright, let me go just like crush some Cheerios onto the disc. Alright, I'm not hearing any music. Let's see if it comes up. Please do. No, it's still not working. What the actual hell? One sec. Let me open up these files, see what's missing in there. Did I put them in the wrong place or something? Here's this one, here's this one. Open with Notepad. Okay, well, I mean, it has reference to the music, so... Hang on, let me see if this one's screwed up. Yes, actually, that's the issue. Okay, so 2 should be fixed, 1 is not. So... Ah, boy. Incompetence at its finest. How about I get the original copy on PS1? I have all the original copies. Got the originals on discs right over there. I have the digital versions of both. But quite frankly, none of them work better than these usually. Anyway, let's try 2. Now this time it should work. The only vehicle's music's horn. Oh, I hope not. Because it's weird that the music on this one screen works, though. I freaking love the New York map, though. Sounds like a dying coyote a little bit. Alright, come on, music. Did you work? Or is this a hopeless exercise in futility? Dude, no music. Dang it. This music's so good, too. By the way, there's some amazing collision for you. I mean, it's still great, it's just not as great without the music. Crap. Alright, somebody drove right off the edge. Oh, crap. Funnily enough, you can actually get out of the grab if you put on a shield. Do 100% good in Activision's hands. Yeah, I think it was exclusively in Sony's hands. Okay, what I'm trying to do is get a clear area on a roof here so I can show off something. But yeah, he is the most blatant example of the AI cheating, by the way. Because they get infinite uses of their special wherever they happen to be, so he can just basically throw you off buildings. Which is more than a little bit broken. So he feels like the minigame in Ratchet and Clank size matters? Haven't played that one in particular. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. No! Bad Axel, go away. If I can at the very least show this off, I'll be happy. So yeah, throw a few of them, lights the torch. Nope. Slam, piss off. Can you get close enough? I don't actually know if this is counting, so Let's see, there's some over here. And dead. Super fighting cars? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's a really interesting series, but they just kind of went the way of the dodo. Unfortunately, for some reason, there was just generally a consensus that the genre itself didn't exist anymore, and I'm not sure why, because like they made one in 2012 and it was friggin' amazing. And hell, it was still being played up until last year. Alright, let's try something slightly different. What if I pull that one up? I'm pretty sure this won't work. I'm trying to use a different version of the ROM here. Yeah. Not supported by this. Fine, fine. That can't be that then. That can't be right. Let's see if this one is maybe not broken. I know, it's annoying. It's annoying. There's literally no reason that it should be broken. But yeah, kind of way back when was definitely the heyday of all this stuff. Like it, friggin' Vigilante 8, Twisted Metal 2 were kind of the go-to for my brother and I for the longest friggin' time. Like V8, nothing to do with the juice there. Basically was kind of just like Twisted Metal, but with more of an 80s vibe to it. Actually, no, I think it was more 70s because he had some hippies and stuff in there. But anyway, no, that one was more about interacting with the environment. This one it's kind of like if you have competitive Doom, almost. It's like competitive Doom in cars is the best way I can describe it. See, people don't look at it because E3 didn't look at it in the first place, not a AAA developer. Wait, this one? Because, I mean, Twisted Metal 2012 did come out in E3. Actually, they were even denying its existence for the longest time, just so that they could still have the reveal there. Then they had a big reveal, and then it just kind of went out like a wet fart, because the people, like the fans of the series, ended up picking it up for the most part. Like, I know my brother picked it up and all that. But then, yeah, there was just nothing more added to it. It's like the folks were expecting to get more content out of it, which they got some skins and stuff like that you could like rework and customize some of the cars and everything, which was, pretty neat as far as I saw. It's just that, yeah, for some reason they decided to get rid of the guy behind the entire series, and then he went off to go make another game that completely flopped. And from what I understand, at this point he just kind of sits around yelling at people on Twitch or some such. So there's that. Anyway, if this other one doesn't function, then we're just gonna go ahead and call it done for today. Because there's so much coolness to this game, but if it's not gonna work, crawling skins, probably. I mean, I know there were skins that allowed you to make cars into other cars from previous bits of the series. Don't see why that wouldn't involve stuff crawling around, because stuff got pretty dark, especially around Twisted Metal Black. Like, that one was literally everyone's in an asylum already. And pretty much everybody just gets misunderstood. Everyone's secretly the bad guy the whole time. Like, the cop guy in that one is a traumatized SWAT sniper guy who ends up shooting the wrong person during a thing, so they're in there to go back in time and fix it. Except then somehow the guy just like turns around and snipes him in the face from like 3 buildings away. Who knows how? But he's just basically happy that he didn't screw over somebody else. Anywho, come on, finish loading. And why this is taking so long. It's consistently like going down 40 seconds and going back to a minute. But yeah, if I get all the PS2 stuff working, probably we'll do some TM Black at some point too. Because that was another one that my brother and I played absolutely ad nauseum. I mean, we played a lot of Twisted Metal 4, but I went through that recently, and I have to say it does not hold up as well as I thought it would. The TM4's whole shtick was you could make custom cars, and then they tried to make it way too edgy. As in, they got rid of the original creators, and they're like, no, man, look, everything's Rob Zombie music now, and stuff like that. And, yeah. Bit too edgy for its own good is the thing. So let's go ahead and get rid of this file right here. Let's move this one over here, and this one, I will assume, should be fine. One can only guess. Alright, almost done. Sorry for the awkward silence and all that kind of thing. Mostly what's coming to mind is the fact that I've had the Moscow theme from this game stuck in my head all morning, and I don't know why. Like, I haven't even played this for several days, but it's just so good. Alright, so let's restart this emulator. Let's get it going here, and is it almost done with that file? Almost. It's actually funny, because this never came up with this. This is apparently a weird file limitation or some such that only happened with certain games. It also might explain why every single time I've seen this this uploaded for speedruns and stuff like that, it actually didn't work. Actually, I have to say, one of the most disappointing speedruns that I've seen have been, not really one of, kind of the most disappointing speedrun situation in general has been for these games. Mostly because everybody switches it off to easy, and easy ends like friggin' 3 fights into the game. Alright, let's see here. That's the most recent one. I think that's this one right here. Right. Right, not right. What am I looking at here? Yes. Is the answer? Are you gonna load? Hopefully. Super hard is faster. You just lose immediately. Alright, come on. Last chance for this to work. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Axel, because he's really annoying to play against. What you up to, kiddo? Hang on. Hang on. One last thing to try. One last thing to try. Let's go ahead and get all these other trash files that usually don't even do anything. Like, the messed up part about this is because technically what's happening here is it's got 13 different files. Normally speaking, there's only one that's needed if, for example, you like put it on a Vita or something like that, or put it on a PSP. For some reason, in this particular instance, it needs to load all of them, which I guess kind of explains why those other files were always there. And also possibly explains why they were always listed as different tracks. So let's see if that finally does it. Like, the weird part is, literally, the first file has all this information, but apparently it won't work without the rest? Or maybe it just won't work with BPSXE? I don't know. See, sound, normally, that doesn't do anything. Okay, if this doesn't work, then we're just calling it screwed. There we go, this one right here. Just notice the balloons back there. Yep. This is my son's birthday a while ago. And we mostly just keep the balloons around just to see how long they last. And yeah, they basically give you a 24-hour quote on those giant balloons. It's been ages. There we go. Now we're getting music, I think. 10? No. 1. There we go. Now we got music going. Good, 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 good. Let's do this thing. Look like a 10. It most definitely does. It's actually one spelled out, is the thing. Alright, so absolutely ages into this thing, we can actually get it started. Yeah. There we go. Now, I appear to have lost all my health in that one little exchange there. That's more like it. There we go. That's what this guy's best for. It's like ram straight into stuff. Now tell me this music isn't amazing. Just try, because you'd be wrong. Also, yes, his damage stayed as his arm got blown off. 'Cause yeah, this guy's whole backstory and everything else just gets more messed up with every game he takes part in. It's like in this one, he's just attached to this wheel thing. In later ones, he ends up getting like little mechanical things and stuff like that. And one of them, he's literally just like stumps, and it's unclear how exactly he runs. So yeah, one thing that I'd say 1, 2, and well, later on Head On, actually Black also, just generally did better than all the times they tried to farm it out to other people. Is just that yeah, whenever you're goodbye. It's just yeah, the amount of damage that everybody can actually take is somewhat reasonable. Like, once they got into 3 and 4, it just became stupid. When it's like, oh, it's like 45 missiles to get one character down. So it's just a bunch of people running around in circles, just collecting pickups forever. Then somebody gets a health pickup or something like that, and the fight suddenly lasts about another half hour. What does your first person look like? This one actually doesn't have first person. Just pause if you hit that same button. First person was just exclusively for that first one, and what I was gonna show earlier, and now that I know that that all these different things aren't working, I might not, but we'll see. Basically, what happened with the first person is that it's something that seems to have been made for Warhawk, and then just kind of got transferred over to that one because it was convenient. I would assume, anyway. One thing they definitely did do wrong, though, is the fact that the friggin' controls are different with every single game. It's like you're trying to use the controls from the PSP game, and yeah, it's a little bit confusing. Well, no, you don't. Ah. Yeah, Sweet Tooth is the other one that's really annoying to deal with. Although that's really all it takes. Just need to get a good angle one time and you're basically solid. Like if you can ram somebody and get your specials off, you basically already won. And as you might be able to tell, it controls a little clunky, but it feels nice. It's like it's got enough energy to make up for the fact that it's clunky because it just kind of embraces it. It's like, yeah, this is just complete chaos. It's complete chaos, and that's the way it should be. These amazing physics. That Axel's so friggin' busted. in there. Actually, yeah, so those easy mode speedruns I was talking about just basically consist of running stuff over and over. Kind of like that, except if that was the only thing they had to do for almost every character. Alright. Here it is. Alright, this is the music that keeps getting stuck in my head all day. This map can best be summed up as just never turn off your shield, more or less. You pilot as Adieu in this game. That's basically Spectre. The inputs are a little bit wonky though. It's up, right to get your shield on, and then use that little meter on the right. I think it only lasts like 3 seconds. They upped it to almost 10 in later games. Need to take some rest? Okay, well, you go ahead and have some rest then. Have yourself a good one. Naps are always fantastic, except for when they... There is no except for anything. Just naps are always amazing. Oh yeah, meant to show off that whole first-person thing for Warhawk, but whatever. We'll do that later. Alright, see you, Gamma. Or Gamma. Have a good one. Alright, come on, Special. This guy's ram damage is stupid. Which, man, I guess figures. He's got friggin' gigantic wheels on him. Just was stomped an APC. It's so good. And yeah, watching like the top level play of the 2012 one is insane. It's like people going pretty much just like power sliding the entire friggin' time, going and somehow sliding backwards and stuff like that. It's just utter insanity. Squish. Let's get to the health pickup before he does. This map almost never gets to 2 health pickups. looks about as perfect as that one can go. And then France happens. Alright, but yeah, we'll be showing Warhawk in a minute. That one's almost done transferring. So I'm going to do this one until first game over, so there's only one life left. Also, this map's actually one of the few that, or I guess not that few. There's many of the maps that got remade for the PSP game. This is one of the ones that got remade almost verbatim. One gun. Though it is a little bit unclear how with every consecutive game they keep rebuilding the Eiffel Tower and it still keeps getting brought back. Must be really dedicated to repairing that thing. There we go. I think that might potentially be the only turbo in the entire level. Crap, okay. So that didn't go too well. Thought I was cornering the other guy, got cornered myself. Health pickup left on the map, which is somewhere right here. But yeah, there's actually a little bit of a cheap shot you can do right here, in which the AI will keep repeatedly coming back up here for some reason. I think if I recall correctly, the freezes can sometimes get through, but not everything. Alright, come on back up. Good job. Come on back up again. Oh, he just set himself on fire. Awesome. Smart AI. Smart AI. This is why they had to get them cheats. Especially back in the day. Yeah, he's trying to play it safe right now. Like, the AI isn't dumb. It's It's not the brightest, but it does occasionally try to be tricky. Fine. Alright, so we'll go ahead and back up into here. There should be a heal at this point. Maybe not. There's a decent chance of being able to survive just rushing Grim here. Decent, but far from guaranteed, because the only other one is you gotta take down the Eiffel Tower, and then you gotta basically put yourself on top of it. There we go. There we go. Just. So that's almost halfway through the game, actually. What you doing? Alright, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, Amazonia has been remade several times as well. I'm not really sure why. It's not a super amazing level, but oh well. Although, weirdly enough, none of the times it's been remade has it actually been the same, like, even a little bit. Like, I got the sense from this one that they just wanted to reuse assets from Warhawk. Funnily enough, this lava here isn't actually that damaging. Stop being cheap. Yeah, that's why I don't like Sweet Tooth. Like, he can basically just fire his stuff in any direction. You can't actually play him without cheats. Yeah, he should be toast. Stop, that'd be great. Yeah, it's probably game over any second now. Alright, well, let's say into that one. So I guess at the very, as the very last thing, let's go ahead and show off what I was talking about for Warhawk there, just for posterity there. I'll turn that off, turn it back on. Get that last one coming out. Just notice the random text you put in there, Mr. Cryptic, just in case you happen to look at this later down the line. Alright, there we go. Let's launch this one. So this was the third one. Actually, I think this was technically the first one, or I don't know, one of them. Actually, no, I think it was Twisted Metal, then it was Warhawk, then it was TM2. Either way, the only ones that I've seen this logo on, but man, they're just so good. Completely not representative of what you should be doing in the first mission, but okay. Impossible angle on the swarmers, and doesn't even have the actual objectives there. Okay. And then guess what? Friggin' live action stuff. Except we're going to skip it. Also, funnily enough, the props that they used for this were apparently from Stargate or some such. They just kind of had them lying around. So that's a little bit hilarious. But yeah, the first person was actually created for this. Isn't the music gonna work, though? The music does not appear to be working. Ah, that sucks. Man, this is another one with just amazing music. So yeah, let's try to redo that intro real quick. Flip, gotta do the whole spinny thing, gotta switch over to the swarmers, gotta run into the friggin' thing here. Alright, where's that other little flippy thing? Alright, so we gotta go for that one. Oh, can't quite make that turn, but okay. Go for our flippies again, run to the seizure ceiling. Remember, we actually haven't done the rest of the level. Ah, I wish the music worked. It's such a shame that it doesn't. The only reason I'm still going for this here is because I'm hoping that maybe it'll work for the second part. But I might just have a completely jacked up ROM here. And so yeah, this is that's what I was saying about having the same technology there. It's the same general idea of this Twisted Metal one, and it might have been Axel that that caused them not to actually have it. Yeah, there's the music that should be going on. Flippy flips. And yeah, there's never a reason to fight all these little planes here. They pretty much don't do anything. They're mostly just there for flavor. But you can fly straight into the ground and be just fine. Because you functionally are more of a Harrier than a normal thing. I just love how blocky this thing looks, so I was kind of disappointed when they remade the thing. That it was all smooth and everything. I was like, where's this horrible blocky thing I'm used to? Friggin' thick Warhawk needs to come back. As they bring it back, it's looking all sleek and everything, doesn't have a billion rocket launchers sticking out all over the place. Plus, I'm pretty sure it didn't have any force fields in that one. Maybe this was supposed to be a one-time thing. Who knows? I can't tell if that last one hit. I don't think so. And now more cutscene. If only that music was actually playing. Alright. Will the canyon music play is the question. Alright, so we got our... We're basically here for a gas can, more or less. this HUD though. The fact that, I don't know, just the cockpit view and everything else, the fact that it works properly, that all the meters actually do their thing, like for a PS1 game. More props and stuff like that. I don't know if they can copyright claim you for that. Yeah, no canyon music either. This is probably the most tone-breaking mission in the entire game, though. Like, you just have one mission where you're supposed to take it all super slow and everything. And one of the weird things about this game is it's actually, they actually have a different ending for getting shot down in each map. So you technically have 3 lives throughout the entire game, which is weirdly described in canon as they have 2 extra ships, but only 1 set of pilots. But yeah, there's a different ending for literally each and every single one. It's kind of nuts. First mini boss is coming up around here. Let's go ahead and give him the side real quick. But yeah, if at any point you end up losing your upgrades and things like that, you just automatically lose them on the next ship. It's a nice way of them doing it. Wait a minute, what am I doing? You know what? If we're gonna have this music, there's really no reason to not just be playing it. I'm just gonna do this ad hoc. Wait, I do, don't I? Thought I did. Maybe I don't. Guess I don't. Oh yeah, another cool feature of this. Actually, I'll try to show it off in just a sec. But yeah, you can actually see your plane getting damaged in real time and all that. Anyway, so, long story short, that's that one. This stream sucked. Let's go ahead and make the next ones more interesting. So, go ahead and have a good one. Take care. I gotta get going.